Hello, everyone, and welcome to Counselor Your Future Friday. I'm your host, Brian Urban. In these features, we hope to give you some simple tips, tidbits, and tricks to make your days easier and your patients happier. In this feature, we're going to focus on rescheduling appointments. This is a very routine task that has a few different options that want to make sure that are nice and easy for you to use. So we're going to start here, of course, at the schedule or in the schedule. And we're looking right now at full staff for the day view. Of course, you can look at the schedule many different ways, but these rescheduling options really apply across those different ways to view the schedule. So the most straightforward way to reschedule an appointment is to drag and drop, right? If you see it on the schedule, if you want to move an appointment here from Kate over to David, great, go ahead and reschedule it. It is important to note, of course, with drag and drop and any other rescheduling changes you make, you will see that change in the audit trail history. So if you maybe did this on accident, you of course could just drag and drop it back. So as we go through the different options here, keep that in mind that these changes are being tracked within the appointment history. Okay, so that's one method, of course, drag and drop. You also have the ability, of course, to do this right. I just did that from one provider to another, but you can certainly do that within an individual provider profile. Let's look at a specific provider here. Let's look at Kate, and we can move appointments, same way from Wednesday to Thursday, and once again, that's tracked. Okay, so when you can see where you want the appointment to go, drag and drop is the quickest way, simplest way to move that appointment. If you can't see where you want this appointment to go, and typically this would be if you're scheduling across weeks or between clinics. If that's the case, what you want to do is you want to go to the date and time and clinic where you wish to reschedule. So what I'm going to do here is we're going to focus on Timothy's appointment here, Timothy Tuba here. So what we're going to say is that Timothy called and he wants to reschedule for next week. Okay, so we're going to do, but let's say in the same clinic. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to look at the schedule. We're going to jump. We can either use the drop down here, or in this case, we could always just jump ahead using the arrows, right? And this will jump us to next week. But what we're going to do is we're going to say, okay, Timothy, Dr. Rogers does have an appointment available at 9 a.m. On the 24th. We're going to go ahead and grab that date and time. We're going to first find his profile. Okay, there he is. Once that's in place, we don't have to select anything else here. We're going to leave this all alone and go down to the reschedule option. The reschedule option will show us any appointments that are available to reschedule for this patient. Now, this is a test clinic, so there are a couple that are available. We're going to grab the one from the 17th. What you'll notice there is it auto-fills the details. The appointment type, the referral source, the notes would come over. All this information would copy over with the rescheduling. All right, at this point, let's just say you're on the call with Timothy and he says, oh, wait, hold on, I can come in today. Great, we cancel this and the appointment stays on the 17th. No harm, no foul. But of course, if we proceed, we say, yes, let's move forward with this. We click save. The appointment has now been moved from the 17th to the 24th. And once again, we can see that in the audit trail, right? It was rescheduled from the 17th to the current date and time of the 24th. Okay. So that's the method, of course, once again, if you want to schedule, let's say for the same provider or a different provider within the same clinic across weeks. The same exact method would apply if you're scheduling across clinics. Okay, so you, of course, can go to that clinic date and time, use same thing here. We could go ahead and grab, we'll say Jonathan's schedule, maybe Timothy again called back. Now I need to be seen at a different clinic on the same day. Okay, great. Let's pull up your profile. Let's go ahead and reschedule that appointment, which is currently on the books for the 24th. Okay, once again, it pulls over that information. We save this change, now moved it over to a different clinic with a different provider. And once again, we have that in the audit trail. Okay. Now, there is, of course, another method for rescheduling, and that is through going right into the appointment itself. So we're going to go ahead, let's jump back to the schedule here. If we were to bring open this patient's appointment, you can reschedule simply by selecting the date and time here, right? You can modify, if you just know we want to move this appointment out to the 30th at the same time, you absolutely can do that. One challenge with this approach, though, of course, is that you're kind of blind scheduling, right? So if you know this time is available, great, you can absolutely do it. It is a quick and efficient method, but if you're not sure, best case is to go to that date and time and then pull that appointment in. Okay, so in this case, we moved it out to the 30th. It's removed from here. If we were to go into that patient's profile, we would see that appointment history. All right. If you have any questions about rescheduling appointments, please give us a call, email us, live chat us. We are always happy to help. Thank you very much for joining us for today's Counselor Ear Feature Friday. And as always, have a wonderful, wonderful weekend.